What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
So how's it going today?
Man, no complaints. I'm loving life. I'm blessed. I'm here.
I know that's
Still
right.
kicking it.
Let the people know who we talking to.
Hey, my name is Kay Bey, CEO of GrindCity Media LLC, formerly known as the Button Pusher from JPB Inc. and JPB TV.
Okay. Where are you from?
I am from Homewood, originally born and raised Pittsburgh, PA, but I claim Grind City, PA, which covers pretty much everything that's grind in the state of Pennsylvania. So, doing what I do, having a good time still.
Okay. So what's it been like growing up for you?
Oh, man, it was weird because, we were talking earlier. I'm a Gemini. I'm a weirdo. Yeah. So, I grew up with a brother who was very popular and my mother was very popular. So I was kind of like the forgotten one, for lack of a better term. I was, very loyal, very diligent, did what I was supposed to do, but nobody paid me any attention at all. So when I found music and realized not only could I make up something that didn't exist yesterday, but I had a voice. I was able to use that voice and make it power, use it as power. And then I found that, if I can use my voice and make that powerful, so can you. So come on over here and let me show you how I do it. So growing up was a challenge. I got bullied a little bit until I became the bully beater. I was like, oh, you bully me, I'm going to beat you down. I'm going to beat you down for bullying everybody else. And if you want to be a bully, I'm going to beat you down too. So, it was like I had all this things picked up, you know what I'm saying, from people disrespecting each other. So I was kind of like a loner, but I also protected the little guy. And I kind of held true to that throughout my careers. I'm always looking out for the little guy or the person, the voiceless. Try to provide an angle for people who have a voice, don't know how to use it, or may not have the means to use it. So growing up was tough, but I survived. Homewood. I went to Shenley from Homewood. What did I tell you? I am a trooper.
Right. So how's it been living in Pittsburgh as far as, with the multi-talents that you do have? When did you start doing, your video photography, your hosting?
Wow. I started out with like Underground Sound Productions. If anybody knows who that is, you're dope. But I've been in the game 21 years. My son was about 5 when I started, so you do the math. I want to say 96, somewhere around there, 97, where I discovered that music was more important to me than just playing instruments in high school and things like that. It saved my life. My son and my music saved my life. So I really just began because it was stress relief. And I love to hear music. I love to hear, you hear a certain part of the song, you just like that part and you want to just keep listening to that part. Back in the day, you had to tape it on Whammo and you had to wait for Whammo to play it again just to get to that part and then click the thing and record, and then you had to wait another 5.5 days and then play that one song again and just to get that part, and that was me remixing, right? So, boy, when I found turntables, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I could do this with the record? So, I really started DJing with tapes and CDs because people loved my selection of music. I had tons of tapes, tons of CDs, and I was a cheap DJ. I would do it for little or no money. What? You want to hear the way I like to listen to music? You want to hear this? And they're like, how do you keep that going without headphones? Well, it was just something fun. And after I discovered that I was doing DJing for community days, Leamington Heights, and they were like, you're so positive, say something. When I began to speak, I realized that this is more than just some music. My people was getting killed, my people was getting shot, my people from Homewood, my people from when I went to school with. I had all these different communities that I was connected to from DJing, and people were dying, and I got to say, yo, I'm not cool with that. So this became more than music. For me, it became a breath, heartbeat. And I had a son to protect. I had a son to show something to. Whether he wanted to do music or not was not an option. It was just, listen, this is what I know how to do. This is a way to lead yourself away from dangerous situations. And later on in his life, he actually adopted that and kind of did music for a minute. When he didn't feel well, he was not having good mental health days, he started rapping for a minute, and it helped him. And that was cool. That, to me, it was like I had did my job. Out of all the other stuff that I did, to have this studio here for him to be able to come to and use when he was going through it, and it helped him through it, that's what that 21 years is worth. So, growing up and learning my sense of power from being in some situations when I was younger, of being powerless. I found power with music, and not power to use against other people, but self-empowerment. It allowed me to be someone. Again, I used to be forgotten. I was just the obedient child that, she'll be fine. I was raging because I didn't want to be. I wanted to be like my brother. My brother was the man, and I was just like, she could fight. I don't pay her no mind. So being able to influence people with movement of music, and you're playing music, and people are like, and that's what I had seen growing up. My mom used to throw the dopest house parties when I was younger, and I seen the DJ going, say oh, and everybody's like, oh, and I'm like, oh my God, what is he doing? I'm under the table, eating snacks. So being able to do that as an adult and get that vibe and get people moving, and now I get to slide in conscious, wise, intelligent music, Poor Righteous Teachers, Big Daddy King and LL Cool J. I'm sliding in this hip hop with SWV, and so they're like, "Ooh, what's that? Oh yeah, that's that East Coast. This is Tribe Called Quest. You don't know about them?" Because people were starting to listen to like Dr. Dre and them, so the music was changing. It was getting a little bloody. So being able to balance it, being a DJ, really helped open doors for me, and just to calm my spirit, to learn that I can do more stuff. So once I discovered that DJing wasn't enough. I could make my own beats. Wait a minute. I got this music over here, and I'm blending it. And I love the way that blend sound. What now? What do I do now? And I used to make these mixtapes. I take them over to the barbershop over Aiken Quality Cuts, and Keith the barber starts, he's like, yo, man, you need some turntables. What's that? Wayne got me some turntables. I got tired of mixing. I'm really doing it now. And then next year I come back. I swear, this is how I went. Next year I came back. He's like, go get your MPC. It'll change your life. I went and bought, stayed up my school. I went and got this MPC. And I could sample that stuff that I was, mixing together and like that little eclectic stuff. And I could sample that and make something completely different. That's mine. Oh, it's going down. It's going down. I can make beats. Yeah, but nobody liked them. So I had all these beats. I'm spending hours in the basement. My son's like, "When you come out of there, I'm hungry." Like, what? That's the news, boy. Go get you something. You know what I mean? But I learned how to make these beats because, it just did something to ease that soul, that rambunctious spirit. These beats, I go to work, I take care of my son, I did everything I was supposed to do, that obedient person. But I got to go be a rebel in my basement or in my other room. I got to go be this rebel and bang it out. I don't care if you like it. I'm still going to do it. And then nobody's listening to that. I found a headphone one day. A headphone. And I accidentally put it in the mic slot. And I coughed. And it came through the speaker. Oh, what? I can record my voice. It's going down, man. I'm telling you. I used to make 20-minute songs with no hooks. I was just rapping. I was just rapping, just getting it off my chest. Whatever I felt about the murders that were going on in Pittsburgh, about children being neglected, about the community being neglected, about low wages, whatever it was, I was going off about it. And thus the Button Pusher was born. I started bringing young people into my basement to make music, just to get them off the corner. And I actually got interviewed by a group of people called Entertainment Live, and we were talking about that. Elder comes over to me and goes, "Your name's the Button Pusher?" I said, "Yes, man." She said, "Yeah, keep it. That's good for you." That's a Button Pusher. Button Pusher's like that little kid that got bullied, that fought back against the bully, that wanted to push you to push yourself past whatever negativity, past whatever anything somebody was doing to you. You were more powerful. You can beat that. Because I had to do that for me. And I have to do that for my son. So that's where the Button Pusher came from.
Okay. Now, as we know, being a female artist, trying to do a lot, especially in the music field and media field, is not easy. How did you get through it? And, what were some of the obstacles you went through?
Well, I got through it because I believe in Allah, my God. I got through it. I don't know. All I know is I don't quit. So I'm not done getting through it. I'm still going through it. Obstacles, you have your stereotypical obstacles. Some people can't get you on their back. They swear them down. They would never approach you that way, but they have. Oh yeah, you're just learning. Work for free. And I did. Because I was just learning and I thought that's what I was supposed to do. And also because I loved it. I love what I do, so I didn't mind giving a little extra. I love it. What? Get on stage. I will build a stage for you to get on. Oh, I can't get on stage. I'm going to build a stage and I'm going to let you come rock it. Obstacles were, people took advantage of that. People started to feel like I was supposed to work for free. I spent my money on this equipment. I self-invested. You did not. How are you going to tell me I'm supposed to bring what I spent my finance on and use it on you for free? So when I began to adopt that attitude, the entrepreneur mindset, oh man, the chips started, the faces started showing their true color. Bro, I thought you was red, you purple? Dang, bro, I thought you was green, you orange? Like the colors just start pulling off of these cats. So then I began to get labeled, another obstacle. Oh, she's gay. I am. Don't be mad. Oh, you're hard. I am. Don't be mad. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. You can call me whatever you want. Please don't forget to call me a grinder. Please don't forget to call me self-made. Please don't forget to call me a mother. And please don't forget to call me a helper and a lover, because that's what I did for y'all for a very long time. So while people wanted to label me, they were not willing to give me my props. Obstacle. So now you're in a scene that you've completely helped build. You're in a scene that you have helped mold and change. People weren't doing what I was doing for all kinds of hip-hoppers. Not just the backpackers. Not just the people who were connected. The gangster rappers who weren't getting stages. The kid that was making music in their basement that wasn't getting stages. I provided those stages. And then, no, we can't give a whisper that. Obstacle. I get props and whispers. Thank you. I'll take those too. So how did I get through all of that? Very simple. I appreciated myself. I knew my self-worth. Took me a while to learn it. Took me a long time to learn it. But once I got it, I'm not going to let you take it away from me. And I continue to grind. I continue to push. I continue to build. And I work with people who want to work with me. Sometimes I work with people who don't want to work with me, but they know my work is good, so it's wise for them to do so. I am a media. So I cover people. And I do pretty good work. When you do good work, you don't have to talk that much no more. You don't have to proclaim your dopeness. Just do good work. That's why I like you. Because you do good work, girl. I like it.
I appreciate it. I see a lot of your work on the internet, especially Can I Get It 16?
Yes.
Speaking of grinding, let's tell the people a little bit more about Grind City.
Grind City. Ask my baby. All right, so I have a son. He's 26. And, when he got about 21, he grew. And he wanted to be his own guy. Great. So I had a company, JPB. It's in that for about 20 years. And at the same time, it was like going great, actually. It's just, it never had a physical place. It was like in my basement. It was like in the third floor. It wasn't that place that you can walk an executive through, if that makes any sense. So it took me a long time to stop focusing on other people and start going, what do you want? I want a building. Once I said that, I literally put it in the air. That's what I went and I did. I stopped grinding for everyone else and I began to grind for me. So Grind City is like my son growing up and being his own person. He's doing his life. Grind City is JPB's baby. But in order for Grind City to have its own energy and not carry the burden of what came before it, I had to retire the button pusher in JPB. So Grind City is my studio. It is in Swissvale. We do a lot of things there, but the main thing we like to focus on is artist development. Come through and let us walk you through your vision. and see if we can help you bring that to life. And we do many things. We do live stream interviews and performances there. We do have a music studio there. We do have a photography studio there. We do Can I Get a 16? We do Me and 60. We do all of these little things that help build the character of an artist before they push themselves to what they think they want. Because sometimes when you go through your vision board, what you thought you seen for yourself changes when you do a little bit more work. So we want to be that place where you come do that little bit more work. We're not promising you anything. We're not promising to get you signed. We're not promising you to get you 1 million views. We will get you seen because we push to get you seen. And we put added promo behind the stuff that we do.
So that sounds pretty cool. So about your Can I Get a 16? How did that come about and how do artists respond to that?
Oh, wow. Okay, so Can I Get a 16 started out as something called Think You're Hot. And Think You're Hot was, I have this camera, I'm learning how to use it. People weren't documenting me when I started doing the things that I do. And I realized there were so many things that I should have footage of, that people have footage of they won't give me. So I started carrying around a camera. And when I realized that, documenting me was cool, but documenting you was cooler, the first thing people wanted to do was rap. Oh, you think you're hot? You think you're hot? Here's the camera, here's the stage. So Can I Get a 16 is a revamp of Think You're Hot. I started Think You're Hot, I want to say 1999, somewhere around there. And it was cool, but it wasn't catchy. Can I Get a 16 is catchy. It is no hook. It is no beat. It is what you have to say. Well, why would you do that? Everybody likes the beat. Well, if you're a true artist, and you wrote those words, don't you want to hear what someone, don't you want to hear what you really have to say? It's an opportunity to say what you mean in 16 bars. Because if you're really a dope artist, you can do that. You don't need 32 bars. You don't need a whole song. You can really punch somebody in the face with 16 bars. And it's a base. Like, people can go past 16 bars, but they can't go under it. So, I do a lot of revamping the shows. I used to have the Go Live TV Hour. That was part of JPB TV. We retired that along with JPB TV, but it was a dope show. We would bring people in, we would interview them, we would live stream it, and we also would live stream interviews with people out of town. That's an element that I took out for now because it made the show a little bit shaky, and I want the show to be a little bit better, so I want to perfect that. But I brought the show back and it's called GrindCity Live now, and it's basically a live stream interview performance shows for entertainers and entrepreneurs. We do that over at GrindCity. I do something else now also that's new to GrindCity called Me and 60. Me and 60 is your elevator speech. If you get trapped in an elevator with Jay-Z, what are you going to tell him? You got 60 seconds. That man, you better spark it. Everybody wants to meet their greats. Everybody wants to be next to the greats. Do you know how to act once you get there? This is what GrindCity is for. Artist development. Developing that elevator speech. Developing your presence in front of the camera. Developing your stage presence. Oh, I already knew how to do that. I do that in my basement. Okay, but if you need some help, we're here.
So there was a lot of things that you have accomplished over the time that you have been doing, your multi-talent, your video photography, on-air personality, and everything. You were featured in the Pittsburgh Courier, BrotherAshProductions.com, the Soul Pit, and the City Paper, plus more. How does that feel to be featured in so many things?
You know what? Now looking back on it, I'm very grateful. At the time, it was like, Brother Ash was really showing me a lot of love. Like, the rest of those were, the City Paper was, they caught me at a show, and it was just like, we got to write something about this chick. Who is she? Britton Mock, my guy. He's like, at the time, he's like, you're Pittsburgh's best kept secret. Like, hands down. People still feel that way. In the Soul Pit, I used to throw a show called the Hip Hop Buffet Series. And the Hip Hop Buffet Series ran for 4.5 years, and what was unique about this show was we always had two groups from out of town, and we fed people real food. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go watch the Button Pusher Who documentary on YouTube, and all the things that I tell you is true. It's there. It's documented. And Soul Pit came to one of the all-female shows. I always do an all-female show every October. And they came and they featured that show because it was just like, wow, really, this is really, yeah, this is how I do it. It was like the third year. But Brother Ash, if it wasn't for Brother Ash, people would have known my name, but they wouldn't have known it as soon. That brother really showed me a lot of love. He really helped push JPB and the Button Pusher. Not only, he put me in a choir. I've been interviewed by the choir 3 times, but he's the only one to put me in there 3 times. We have a problem with press in Pittsburgh. They know you're doing stuff. They know you're doing it. I've had the people from the choir say we know what you're doing. We see you, Kay Bey, but they interview the same folks. City paper, if you ain't paying them, same folks. Same folks. People on the cover from the same group of people. And that's great. You guys are doing your thing. I'm not hating. What I'm saying is expand that. Expand it. Because if you don't, you're leaving a whole demographic of people without media. And please, by all means, if that's what you're going to do, cool. Because we got HotxxMagazine, GrindCity to pick up the slack. But what you artists need to understand, and this is why I began media, is stop reaching out to the same medias, man. Stop chasing these guys that don't want to put you on. Come deal with the people who do. So, being featured in those presentations were great, but the real props go to Brother Ash Productions. No disrespect to the other groups, but he was most consistent. He was most helpful, and in my opinion, he was most real when it came to really having an interest in showcasing what I was doing. And they were for, Brother Ash interviewed me as a human being, as a person, then as an entrepreneur. The other places Soul Pit interviewed me because of the showcases. They didn't talk to Kay Bey. They didn't talk to the Button Pusher. They covered the showcase because it was that hip thing at that time. And I appreciate it, I really do. But Brother Ash, he gets my nod for that.
Okay. Now, the fact that you do it all, what do you prefer to do? Music or, the videos or the live interviews? Grind City, of course.
My favorite thing to do?
Yeah, well, what's your favorite out of all those?
There's 2 answers to the question. The thing that I'm best at is getting people to tell me their stories. So I love to interview people. Love to showcase talent. Absolutely love to see people get on stage so I continue to build them. I love to see people do what they're capable of doing. I love it. Away from that, making beats. I suck at making beats. But I love it because that's really like one of the first things that allowed me to be free. When I make beats, there is no judgment. There's no one there to critique them. I'm not making beats because I'm the best. I don't try to engineer. I don't need it to sound perfect. I make them because it's what I like to do. I have a ball. Period. I just go in here. I make some bull crap. I rap to it. I have a ball. And I'm off to go back to the other part that pays for me being able to sit here and make beats. So my favorite thing to do, besides showcasing the talent and making beats, is right in the middle. I love the stage. But my stage days are over, so I make beats.
Okay. What would your advice be to any upcoming music artist or upcoming videographer or on-air personality, host, etc.? What would you say to give them advice on, maybe how to better their career or how to start their career?
That's a great question. First of all, know who came before you. That's very important to know who's doing what in your lane and who did it before you. Why? Because you can probably learn something from them. You can learn something from their story. If you come in this game thinking you're doing something brand new, you're fooling yourself. I know who Underground Magazine was. They were on TV before I put the Ripple Effect on TV. I know the people that came before me, and I respect them. Whether I like them or not doesn't matter. I respect them. You have to respect who became before you because that road, it's there for you. You didn't make it. So I think that is the number one thing that artists don't do, especially in hip-hop. They do not respect the culture of it. What came before them. Study it. difference between Eminem and some of the rappers now, Mac Miller and some of the rappers from Pittsburgh right now, Mac Miller studied hip-hop. He studied it. He is a true hip-hopper. A lot of these cats don't. They think they're the dopest thing out right now. Vice number 2, you are not the dopest thing. I am not the dopest thing. But keep trying. Keep trying. Damn, keep trying. And fake it till you make it. Think you the best till you get till you is the best, you know. But number 3 would definitely be invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. And not to the point where it takes you away from working with other people. Oh, I got a camera. I'm a videographer now. No. That means you can get an extra angle for someone. Don't take on that whole load yourself, but invest in yourself. If you have something that someone's not providing for you and you need that, then yeah, go buy that piece of equipment. If not, be ready to pay to go get what you need. You're either going to pay the person that owns the camera shop where the camera is, or you're going to pay the videographer. You're going to pay for the edit. You're going to pay that engineer for his beat. Oh, I make beats. Oh, I engineer. Well, you're paying for the equipment. You're paying for the software. You're paying for something. Pay these people. Stop walking up to people like they're supposed to give you something. Because they not. And don't get mad at someone who commands and demands payment. It's called business. Know what you're in. Please know that you're in a business. And act accordingly. And 4, don't be like me. Remain humble. I am very humble, actually. But I've had to I'm very passionate. So people think when I raise my voice and I'm screaming out, no, I'm just really passionate about what I love to do. And I think that is my key to everything. You have to remain passionate about what it is that you say you love. Heard what I said? That you say you love. Oh, I love this. I quit. I ain't getting paid. You don't love this. You don't love this. If you quit because you're not getting paid, you don't love this. You should quit. Move over for the person that do love this. And go find what you love. And develop that. Pick that thing. You might be I do a lot of stuff. But I still have to pick that one thing. Right now, I'm perfecting live streaming. That's what I'm perfecting at my studio. I could perfect engineering if I wanted to. But I'm perfecting that because that's what I love to do. I'll get back to the other stuff. But you got to put that energy towards that one goal and perfect that for your money and then go funnel that to everything else. So, be real clear on what you love to do and go do it. Don't let anyone tell you what you cannot do because they will try. And do not let anyone beat you down. They will try. Find a way to get up. Just grind. You win.
Right, which is very true. I think that's some good advice, especially for upcoming artists and upcoming entrepreneurs as well. Now, if people want to hear more of your story, see more of your things, where can they follow you on social media?
Oh man, it's real easy. At Media Grind City on Twitter and on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, Grind City Media, but all things GrindCity.Biz. Just go there. You can see all the stuff we do. Our channels in rotation there, and just get at me. All our services are there. If you want to get booked, if you have any questions, just find me on GrindCity.Biz. Very easy.
All right, make sure y'all go follow her. Make sure y'all don't miss nothing that she's putting out because everything she put out is hot and it's out to help you guys as well. And I appreciate you coming out and speaking with us and letting us know your background and your story. And we will sure keep up with you for sure.
HotxXMagazine. Let me get that right. HotxXMagazine. Y'all better get down. Letty T back doing the thing. Yeah. Grind City, baby. You grind, you win.